What's up? My name is Zach Worley, and today I'm going to show you how to build your own guitar. Today I'm going to be building a Telecaster guitar, and you can see this lovely piece of ash wood that I just picked up from the lumber stove. Planning on making some sort of Telecaster. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but let's go ahead and get the basics done. I'm going to show you how to do it so that by the time you watch this video and you pay attention, you can actually make your own guitar at home. You don't have to go spend tons of money on something that's going to fall apart. You can make your own guitar. It's going to be good. So here we go. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get the boards sized correctly so you can glue them together, because every Telecaster has a two-piece back. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm going to be using a Telecaster template. I don't know what, it's just dirty. I'm going to be using the Telecaster template to size things up. So here we go.
Hey, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, get a rock and roll feeling in your bones, put taps on your toes and get gone, get rhythm. When you get the blues, a little shoe shine boy, he never.
So that was by far the most unsafe way to cut lumber. Never do that without goggles or guards or anything like that, and you should definitely not put a 6-foot piece of lumber on a bandsaw, or not a bandsaw, but a table saw. But let me show you what I got. So here I've got the two pieces, and what I'm going to have to do with these. So I'm videotaping with my MacBook, by the way. Here's the two pieces, and what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to plane them down to get all the rough cut off, and then joint them up and glue them together. And that way we will have a body which we can start rocking. So let's do that. So here's one of my body cuts. It's a little bit warped, but that'll be alright. This body is actually a little bit over 2 inches right now, and an average Telecaster body is 1 3/4 inches. So we got to plane this down to be the right size.
Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down. I think you only live to see the lights uptown.
Use protection. Here's the board after I got it planed down. You can already see the grain coming out. I've got a lot of sanding work to do, obviously. My planer did burn it a little bit. My planer's old, the blades are dull. I need to change them. Use safe planer blades. But here's what the first piece looks like. Let's get the second piece done.
Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears that I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die.
So as you can see, the boards are now planed up. And they are both the same size, and they are smooth, and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some 80 grit sandpaper and get some of these burns off so it'll look nice. So now what we have are the two pieces completely sanded off to where they're going to be, so where you can see the grain. And so what I'm trying to do now is decide which parts I want to be the top and which parts I want to be the back. But first off, what we're going to do is these two, when you put them together, if you can see that, they do not join up correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them through the joiner to where when you put these together, you can't see the line. You can't even see the line, can you, Russ? Can't see the line, Dad. So here's the joiner. What you want to do is you want to have it set at a 90-degree angle to where it gets a perfect square cut. So let's do it!
Go away from my window, leave at your own.
So once you got your pieces jointed up properly, you gotta glue them together! This is what I use, Type Bond wood glue too. Some people love it, some people hate it. Try it out.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and...
Let me show you something. If you get, when you clamp your wood up, if you get the glue coming out like that, that's a good sign, buddy. That's a good sign you're going to have a tight bond. Yes, that's what you want, tight bond. That way it don't go fall apart when you're on stage. So you got to get to rocking. But what you want to do is, if I can find, yeah, you want to take a rag and go ahead and get that off because you're going to have to sand it off later. So just go ahead and clean those grooves up. Like I said, if you leave it on, it won't hurt it, but it's best to just go ahead and get it off, and then you can see how tight your lines are. I'll flip it up. Yeah, we got a bunch down here. Just leave it on a flat surface for about 24 hours and let that glue harden. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Let it join up for about 24 hours, and I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to pick up back where I left off tomorrow. So, okay, so it's all dried up, and I've got a lot of glue marks left here on this thing, especially right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orbital sander, and I'm going to go ahead and sand that down to perfection.
Early one morning while making the rounds, I took a shot of cocaine and I shot my woman down. I went right home and I went to bed. I stuck at 1144 beneath my head.
So as you can see, it's all nicely smooth and pretty. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. So, hang on. So the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and get the general shape of the Telecaster cut. So what you want to do is you want to get you a template. You have to get a template or some Cato drawings and mark it off. So you just hold it down and make sure that your guitar is lined up on the center line. It'll just make things a lot easier. And take your pen, or it's better to use a wide tip Sharpie or something like that. But I don't have one with me right now. And go around the guitar. Make sure your template doesn't move. And just get the outline. And then what I like to go ahead and mark off where my pickup cavities are going to be, just to get like a rough estimate of the idea. And that is a terrible, terrible tracing. But what you want to do now is you want, see, you have the tracing on the wood. What you want to do is you want to put it through a bandsaw and give yourself like an eighth of an inch outside the line. So don't cut towards the line. Just get it real close, and you can get the general cut. And so that's what I'm going to do now.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jack.
What you have now is the general shape of, and I can't see my screen, the general shape of the Telecaster. It's very rough. You notice the edges are all messed up and all that good stuff, but it is the general shape. So, on to the next part.